Hello everyone, I'm James. I've been employed for Paul Reed Smith for about 18 years now. I've been running CNC machines for about 7. We're in the wood shop currently, obviously. Right now, I'm going to walk you through the first phase of cutting bodies in the CNC department. My colleagues in body construction have built these bodies. Essentially, we have a 2-piece. This looks like West Coast maple, book matched, joined in the middle, and laminated to a piece of mahogany. Now the first thing I do in my process is I need to bandsaw this to shape. Safety glasses. Kids, don't try this at home. And if you do, don't tell your mother. The guys in body construction have traced this with a template in the shape of a PRS. I'm going to now cut this out on the bandsaw in its rough shape. I don't need to be perfect, but I'm going to be fairly close. So now the part is ready to be machined by yours truly. Now, before I can place this body on the jig, I need to prep this. And what I mean by prep is I'm going to drill for location so that this part seats on the back jig properly. I've got a template that I'm going to hook up to a vacuum. Like so. Now what I'm looking for through this template is my center line. And when I say center line, the 2 pieces of maple that have been book matched. That is crucial. I'm going to drill 3 holes in the top of this guitar. Like so. And now this guitar is ready for a back cut. That part is complete. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the machine. This is basically an entry-level Fidal CNC machine. It's computer driven. This machine runs on 3 axes. You've got an X, which is side to side. You've got the Y, which is forward and back, and you've got a Z, the high-speed spindle, which actually holds the tool. If you look at this back jig, there's 3 pins on this jig. Now what I'm going to do with this part is align those 3 pins with these 3 holes. This keeps the body centered. That way the machine knows where to begin and where to end, essentially. You want all your cuts in just the right place. I also have a vacuum hooked up to this jig, which will suck the body down and keep it in place as well. So the pins help keep it centered so that the cuts are in the right place, and we also have suction to keep the body down in place. I'm just going to hit that lightly with a mallet. I'm going to make sure that's on there and it's stable. And we're going to run the program. So what I'm going to do now is enter the program into the machine. Make sure I've got the right program, which I do. I hit start, and away we go. All of these machines are run off of a central computer. These programs that we're running are called DNC programs, direct numeric control. If you look at this monitor, these are the lines of code actually streaming from the computer into the machine. It's kind of like the Matrix. if you look at these coordinates, you've got the X, Y, and Z coordinates streaming into this monitor. That's exactly what's taking place right here. If that makes any sense. Okay, now we have just performed a back cut on this guitar. This is a custom 24 with a 5-way blade switch. This is completed. After the part is cut, I'm going to look this over. I'm looking for any blemish, anything like a crack, a wormhole, heavy mineral stain, anything that might keep this guitar from going further down the line. Anything wrong with this, I want to flag it right here. Otherwise, this guitar is going to another satisfied customer, hopefully. So I know that this is a custom 24 5-way blade switch. I'm going to place that in the jig. This is our top jig. We're at machine 4, by the way. We primarily use this machine to cut tops. We also have a vacuum hooked up to this jig and this piece of equipment, like every other piece of equipment in the building. I'm going to hit that valve. It sucks the body down, keeps it in place. All right, I'm going to make sure that is going nowhere, which it's not. I shut my doors. And we're going to enter the program number. And we will start to carve this top. Body is completed with top carve and top cuts. I'm going to remove this from the jig now. Cut off the vacuum to release the body. Every guitar here gets stamped with the date in the neck pocket. I'm then going to examine the part like I did the back to make sure that we are free and clear of any blemishes, any wormholes, cracks, heavy mineral stain, anything that might keep this guitar from going any further. If there is a problem, we want to stop it right here and not get all the way down the line and people wonder how the part got out of the area. So this looks good. It's very clean. It's a beautiful piece of mahogany. It's a beautiful piece of maple. It looks fantastic.